During this video, we're going to look at ordering fractions. So let's say we have the following 5 fractions: 6 over 7, 2 over 7, 5 over 7, 1 over 7, and 3 over 7. And if we want to order them in terms of smallest to largest or in ascending order, so ascending means the smallest going up to the largest, we want to identify, because we have the same denominators, we want to identify which is the smallest fraction. And the smallest one to start with is 1 over 7. Okay, so the smallest numerator is 1. Then we have 2 over 7. I might cross them out. 3 over 7. 5 over 7. And finally, 6 over 7. So now we've ordered them in ascending order. So from smallest to largest. Those ones were pretty straightforward because we had the same denominator, which was 7. But if you think of a fraction, let's say we had 3 over 4, 5 over 6, 1/3. And if we look at these ones, it's not as straightforward to actually identify and order the fractions. So we'll look at a couple examples now on how we can actually work out which is the smallest fraction and order these. All right, so we need to arrange these into ascending order. So these 4 fractions, and we all have different denominators. Okay, so what we need to come up with is a common denominator for all of them. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and work out the multiples for each number. So let's start with 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. And then for 8, 16, 24, 32. Now 16, 32, 48. I don't need to go as large with these because hopefully a number will show up. 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. So what we're looking to do now is find the lowest common multiple. Okay, so the number that appears first, that's in each one of these. And I'm looking at it. Can you spot what it is? So pause this and try and spot what the common multiple or the lowest common denominator would be, the common multiple. And hopefully you've identified that it's going to be 16. So what I need to do now is go ahead and change all of my fractions to have a denominator of 16. So therefore, 1 over 2, to get it to something over 16. Now we've already done equivalent fractions in a previous lesson, so you know I need to multiply that by 8. So I need to do the same to the numerator, and that'll become 8 over 16. Okay, now we've got 1 over 8. To get that over 16, you can see we multiply by 2. So again, multiply by 2, and that'll give me 2 over 16. 3 over 16 is already there. I don't need to change the denominator for this one, or the fraction at all. The next one we have 1 over 4. Okay, so over 16. This time you can see we've multiplied by 4 to get to 16. So again, multiplied by 4. Now, we've got all our fractions. Okay, I might write those again. So a half becomes 8 over 16. An eighth becomes 2 over 16. Then we have 3 over 16. And finally, a quarter becomes 4 over 16. So now writing those in ascending order. All right, we have, first of all, the smallest is 2 over 16. Then we have 3 over 16, 4 over 16, and 8 over 16. And you might like to answer these again. So really, the equivalent fractions that go with those, an eighth. Okay, then we have 3 over 16, a quarter, followed by a half. Okay, so that's just answering the question in terms of the fractions that we were originally dealing with. So first of all, we went and worked out the multiples of each of those denominators. We found that lowest common multiple to become our common denominator. We went and found equivalent fractions for those that we needed to. We wrote them in order, and we changed them back to the original fractions we dealt with to help order them ascendingly.